Okay, today is Sunday, 23rd of December 2012. I'm here at Nova Firearms, and we have a little demonstration here. This is in the wake of the shootings of some school children in Connecticut. Here at Nova Firearms, Falls Church, Virginia. There you go. I agree with that. Yeah, what about war? Thank you. Yeah, good idea. Hi.
A weapon that's designed not to shoot a deer, but to slaughter a lot of things at one time. This isn't hunting. This is hunting human beings, and that's what this is for. And everybody knows it. Crazy to just make up a cloud of distraction to allow that to stand when we all know it shouldn't stand.
So when you say legitimate weapons, what does that include?
I'm sure I can't give the definition of it, but people have rifles that hunt. I'm myself conflicted on handguns. I don't see the need for that. That's not in the discussion today. I think the Supreme Court said people have the right to handguns. I'm not an expert on that.
But in Virginia Tech show these two handguns. Could you talk to her about that?
Well, and there were also policemen on site there. So this idea that Governor McDonnell has and that others have been advocating for policemen in every school, bringing more weapons in to solve the affair of violence is also, I think, insane. And handguns, there's a whole complexity to all this as we go. I'm not going to get a few minutes here because we talk about this for hours at a time.
Naturally, but your feeling.
Well, this is a whole bunch of people more than me. You need to make sure that the people who are mentally ill or who have shown a proclivity for violence don't get any kind of gun. And then you have to get rid of the guns that are just there to slaughter human beings. Get rid of them. And all the clips and all the loopholes and all the cloud of smoke that allows this stuff to happen.
Sir, isn't that what the British said when this country was founded? They wanted to come get the guns that could kill people then. They didn't have the so-called assault weapons then, right? The assault weapon of their time was the musket, single shot. Now you're basically saying you want us to have what they had then.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's what you're saying.
I see where you're standing. I see where you're coming from, but to have 5% of the people with 50% of the world's weapons is a little insane.
Thank you so
And
much.
as an indication, thank you, of national paranoia. Do we really want to be characterized by how many weapons and the caliber of what we have? Do we want that to define us as a people or as an individual?
Oh,
I don't.
I wish nobody in the world needed guns, but this country, look at Europe. They've taken away the guns from most every country except Switzerland. They have the lowest crime rate. Did you know that?
We're much more criminal-ridden than Europe.
No, I'm saying of European countries, Switzerland has the lowest crime rate. Everybody there basically is in the army, and they're well armed. So people don't mess with them. I mean, if those teachers at Sandy Hook had weapons, that guy never would have come to that building. He knew it was
I couldn't agree with you less.
Well, he knew it was a gun-free zone. That's why he went there.
I don't think that was motivation. Do you really? I mean,
No, he was on drugs.
Individual.
Yeah, he was sick, and that's what happens in most of these cases.
That's true. And
Okay, look at Colorado, the same thing.
We ought to have funding that will help those people who are ill, and then we ought not allow them to get these kind of weapons.
Well, it's the medication that makes him go crazy. It's the psychotropic drugs. He was under psychiatric care, And I don't know if they found out exactly what medication he has, but usually 95% of these cases, it turns out we find out months later the kind of medication they were on. And so why aren't we blaming the medication instead of blaming the guns?
Maybe we should, well, if that's the case, we should, and we should take care of that too. But
Okay.
it's not one or the other, it's all. It's all the above.
I'm sorry I disagree with you because, I mean, I'm an ex-Marine. I served in the Marine Corps. I got out in '83. And I was allowed to go shoot the gun at the range, you know, once a year or whatever. I was never in, I never served in a war or anything. But I understand, I'm also a history major, and I understand the basis for the Second Amendment. It's right after the First. First is there for peace. If peace fails, then you've got the Second Amendment to fall back on. And it's a shame that the world has to be that way, but that's the way it is.
The world doesn't have to go that way. We can change it.
Well, with Christ, perhaps we could.
Well, we're called to be him. We're not just to say, oh, he's my savior. We're called to be him, to act
Right.
like him, to act like him.
Okay, but
What
the
caliber do you think he was chosen?
the pastors of that time were leading against the British. So it was, you know, we wouldn't have freedom of religion in this country if it weren't for them. And unfortunately, it took them
That was a
coming.
struggle. We didn't have it in a lot of states, you know, but until eventually we got a union, there were state religions in different states. Finally got rid of all that. A lot of mixture here, a lot of issues. But
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that it's the medications. I mean, the cars kill more people than guns, obviously. We can't get rid of the cars. Not
we
going to.
regulate them. We regulate
Well,
them.
yeah,
we
we
don't
reg-
let people who can't see drive them. We don't let
Well, people who are on drugs or alcohol, we put them in jail.
That's right.
Just like we should do with, you know, people with guns. I agree with you
We
there.
register the owner, we register the car.
But we don't outlaw the cars.
No, but we regulate it. But
Okay.
we don't allow a car that's got a grinding machine to go down the street because it's free to do it. We don't allow a car that shoots things off as it drives down the street. We have some kind of sense about it.
Well, there's a driver behind the wheel who's in control of the car, just like there is with a gun.
You still wouldn't let cars go down that have knives sticking out built in the side, or that have guns mounted on the roof.
Well, there's no gun that does that.
Well, I mean, I'm just
Every
saying-
gun
I'm
is
just
controlled
saying
by a human being.
that there is regulation among automobiles, and there's no reason why you can't have regulation in guns.
Well, if you don't, we might as well get rid of the Second Amendment if we can't. No, I'm
Why
saying,
it's not black or white.
I'm saying that, you know, if you just want to have basically bolt-action guns. You don't want any semi-autos, right? You understand a semi-auto is,
Right.
okay. So you basically want to take us back.
Rifles could have, hunters could have those.
Well, I don't hunt. I'm a vegan. I don't even hunt. You know, I haven't owned a gun since I left the Marine Corps in 1983. But because the Second Amendment is under attack, I'm coming back and I'm standing with it. Because that's why I'm
I
here.
think the Second Amendment, we strengthened it, it has some reason.
What is your name, sir?
Jim Birch, B-U-R-C-H.
And who are you with?
Catholic Diocese of One Spirit.
Okay. Well, praise God. I'm glad you're out here demonstrating, no matter what it's for. I love the First Amendment too.
I appreciate talking to you. You're a
Yes,
reasonable
sir.
guy.
Right. I just want to get all these signs really quick. Who's worshiping weapons? Who's worshiping weapons?
Being on the rank.
No, I don't think they worship guns.
Where would they be without them?
Okay, you're gonna hide? Okay.
Who are you taking pictures for?
For myself, I'm an independent videographer. Will you just not, I mean, I can, if you don't want to show your face, you want to talk to me though, I'll just point my camera elsewhere. You don't want to talk, okay. You want to talk? I don't know. I'm just curious to know, what y'all think and why. I love that you're out here protesting. I don't care what it's for,
You don't know what it is for?
I think I get the idea, but I'm just saying, no, I'm not.
What?
No, I'm not either.
Sorry?
Why would I want to intimidate you? I love the First Amendment just like the Second Amendment.
Well, what we
He's
think-
lying, okay? I don't want to intimidate anybody. Do I look like a threatening guy?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You have a weapon.
No, I don't. I'm actually buying one right now, but I don't have it on me because I don't have a permit.
Okay.
But
So
I
you might be dangerous.
No.
After you go buy a weapon.
No.
Well, I don't really think we need weapons for self-defense. I mean, if someone the NRA is saying, if someone comes into your house and you need weapons for self-defense, is what they're asking you for. But you can just as well have a baseball bat and not kill anyone. I mean, it might not be as effective because you won't be killing the person, but you might have more peace of mind.
Okay,
because you won't be
what about
taking another human life.
the lady who was trying to save the kids at Sandy Hook? If she came in with a baseball bat, you think that would have done any good?
Which lady?
The ladies in Sandy Hook that tried to save the kids.
About the effect. Go to the root causes. What if the guy couldn't have access to the weapon? That's the first question.
He was on medication, okay?
Okay. They don't have to have access to weapons.
There's deadly weapons coming within feet of us right now. We don't outlaw these cars.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't outlaw cars? Why shouldn't they outlaw cars? Cars kill a lot of people. But they're driven by human beings.
The purpose of a car is not to kill.
We have much more
The purpose of a
regulations.
weapon is to kill.
We have much more
Sure.
regulations with respect to cars than we do to guns.
Well, there's a lot more
we
cars.
have to wear seat belts. We resisted that, but then we did it.
Yeah, and so why don't we put any restrictions on guns? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the question. Also, at the root
Okay,
of the
how would you
the root
restrict?
of the problem is our mental health care system as well. I mean,
Thank you, that's right.
People, it's the gun control.
It's the
and
medications that, most of these
Well,
cases, we're going to find out eventually.
It's the mental health system that the hospitals that these kids are put in or not put in are just not adequate enough.
The drugs that the psychiatrists prescribe for these people, they say right on the label that may cause suicide,
But it's not
may
only
cause
That's the thing. I mean,
Make-
America
People
is
should
run
not
on
have
drugs.
access to weapons.
Hey.
Because if one day the dosage is not enough, if there is something wrong with the medicine,
Okay,
the guy forgets
I agree with you. He should not have had access to a weapon. I agree.
easy.
But why?
But because his mother.
But
had
why
a
do you want to
weapon in the house,
ban
That's why he had access.
people who don't abuse their weapons? I mean,
Yeah, so have a regulation. From Italy, in Italy there is a very, very strict
okay,
law
Right.
on gun possession.
Right.
You have to either be a law enforcement person, or you have to have a permit for, how do you say, Howard, go to hunting permit, or else you do not have the permit. You are refused, even if you are the best person in this world. If you don't have a right cause, so we don't have as many accidental.
do you know what the country with the lowest crime rate is in Europe? Switzerland. Everybody there is required to be armed. Everybody basically is in the army.
Switzerland does.
What?
Switzerland takes the money of all the laundering money in their country, so they are anyway.
Well, that's another issue, but it might be the reason that people that park their money there is because they know it's a safe country.
No.
Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
No, I'm telling you the reason why.
Okay.
Because there are no laws that allow, actually it's changing now, for a person from outside another country to go looking into the bank statement. So you can have money until a few years ago. You
Yeah.
could have all the money you wanted in a bank, Swiss bank, and nobody could disclose what you had, even if you were a boss mafioso or
Yeah, well, that's wrong. I agree. I mean,
What bothers
Sure.
the one that bothers me is the assault weapons and the big kids.
Okay, well, here's the thing, sir.
I grew up out in Montana.
Right.
And what one uses guns for is hunting, or gophers and stuff like that.
Yeah. But that's not the purpose of the Second Amendment. It's not for hunting. The
Second Amendment was to let white guys, those privileged few at that time, have guns so they could protect against slaves and Indians. What?
What about the Revolutionary War? You don't think it was, they just fought a war and they knew that they didn't want the British coming asking to take away their guns? That's why the war started, actually. The British came and they were trying to confiscate our guns.
Well,
So
the point is that that's not the kind of world we live in today.
what's different about it? People are different now? Are people kinder today? Or there's not evil, the same amount of evil in the world?
We don't have to have a militia to protect us against the English coming and invading us, with the French.
Well, now they're doing it. Now they're doing it.
Mexicans.
They're doing it silently and slowly. Where they're ruining our economy, and it may well be they won't need to use guns. They're doing pretty well without the guns now.
Who's ruining our economy?
Okay.
Who is ruining our economy? I didn't mean that. That's what you meant.
Oh well, the bankers, some of the people she was talking about, you know. Why are we giving billions and trillions of dollars to the banks now for free, and they turn around and charge us interest? Why are we sending our jobs overseas? That's how they're ruining our country, our leadership. So.